dog has begun barking at other dogs more frequently than normal, especially ones that seem unusually still. You need to pay attention. This isn't aggression. This isn't bad behavior. And it's definitely not something obedience training can fix. What you're seeing is a signal. A classified notice was sent out to veterinarians 2 weeks ago, quietly under the radar. We were told to stay silent to prevent mass alarm. But after what happened in Southbridge, staying quiet isn't an option. Lock your doors. Keep your animals near. And if you notice a dog that doesn't blink, walk away. Right away. Dogs bark at one another for all the usual reasons. Territory, asserting control, play, even anxiety. Trainers label it as developmental. Veterinarians call it instinctual. Most people shrug it off. But what if your dog isn't reacting to the dog at all? What if it's responding to what's inside? Something copying its shape, mirroring its movements, but missing something vital. Dogs catch what we overlook. They notice the gaps between noises. They sense when something feels off. So when your dog barks, not in play, but like it's warning you, and the other dog just stands there, watching, completely still, that's not a behavioral quirk. That's instinct for survival. The earliest case came from Phoenix. Lena Parker was walking her Labrador Max just past 9 p.m. down a quiet street near West House Street in Boise. That's when Max froze. Across the street, under a flickering street lamp, stood a golden retriever. Alone, still, Max let out a growl, low guttural, a sound Lena had never heard from him before. She tried tugging him away. The other dog didn't move, didn't twitch. When Lena looked again, the dog's head slowly turned. Not its body, only the head, with a disturbingly smooth twist. And then it leaned, barely, eyes wide, no blinking, no breathing, no noise. That night, Max wouldn't settle. He stayed at the kitchen window, barking into the dark for hours. By sunrise, Lena had vanished. Her phone was discovered on the porch, screen still lit, the camera frozen on a blurry close-up of a dog's eye. The next case happened in Dallas. Caleb Morris had been working with dogs for over 14 years. Level-headed, precise, steady. Then came the Black Great Dane. He recorded the session, standard training drills, but the dog wouldn't engage. No startle at sudden sounds, no tail movement, no response to food. Just stood there watching. Then it walked, straight into the wall, stopped, reversed, tried again. Caleb ended the video. He said its motions were off, like whatever was inside was learning how joints work. That night, he texted a coworker, "I feel like something's watching me. My dog won't go near the closet." The next day, claw marks showed up on the closet's inner door, from the inside. 2 days later, officers responded to a welfare call. Caleb's dog was found lifeless in the bathroom. Caleb was in the hallway, curled up, rocking back and forth, both eyes scratched out. He kept muttering. It came through the mirror. The third report came out of San Francisco. Maria Rios had seen the beagle before. It belonged to her neighbor, quiet and elderly. But that week, something felt off. The beagle hadn't budged from the yard all day. Same posture, same direction. Her Shih Tzu barked wildly each time they walked by. Not playful, terrified. Maria thought it was health-related, or old age. She contacted Animal Services. When they got there, less than 30 minutes later, the beagle had vanished. No leash, no footprints, no word from the neighbor. That night, muddy paw prints showed up in her hallway. No rain, no open doors. Her Shih Tzu stood by the garage door for hours, barking so violently it began choking. Maria opened the door slowly. No noise, nothing inside. Just the beagle's collar resting in the center of the floor. Still warm. Unofficially, called the Hollow Howlers by independent veterinary researchers in Texas and Illinois, people who've seen enough to speak up. They resemble dogs. From a distance or behind glass, they could pass for a stray. But up close, the illusion fails. Their limbs move like they're being yanked by invisible strings. Legs shift, but the torso stays unnaturally stiff. Their paws don't flatten when walking. You'll hear claws tapping, but see no pressure on the ground. Their eyes are pitch black, not just dark, vacant. They don't reflect any light. No shine at night, no glint in daylight. Their skin doesn't fit quite right, as if it's draped on a costume slightly too large. And the most unsettling part, they never blink. Not once. These aren't phantoms. They're not apparitions. They're substitutes. No one's certain where they came from. Not even federal agencies. And yes, they're informed. But here's what is known. They only emerge in areas where dog populations are high. They require real dogs to operate, to imitate, to tether themselves. Some merely follow and infect. Others replace. And if your dog abruptly fixates on another, barking uncontrollably while the other remains frozen, it means one of them is attempting to cross over. When the copy turns its head slowly and locks eyes with you, you've been chosen. The infection doesn't begin with your dog. It starts with you, through eye contact, lasting 3 seconds or longer. That's all it needs. Then comes the noise, barking, inside your home, in the dead of night. But your dog is asleep. The howls aren't coming from it. If your dog starts barking at another, don't pull them away. Don't shush them. And most importantly, don't dismiss it. Study the other dog carefully. If it doesn't blink, if it doesn't flinch at sound or movement, if it stays perfectly still, like it's waiting, do not go near. Do not meet its gaze. Turn back. Get home. And don't let your dog get close, because the Hollow Howlers don't have to touch you to get in. They only need to be seen. Once home, observe your dog. If the barking won't stop, if it stares at blank spaces or doors, check everything. Secure the entrances. Cover the windows. Turn off mirrors. They don't break in. They follow. And they mimic. If you hear barking coming from a room your dog isn't in, if something that sounds almost like your dog is clawing at the back door, don't answer it. Don't speak. And whatever you do, don't peer through the glass, because by that point, you're no